Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Extreme Tarot, where we do moon readings, pick a cards, and zodiac readings. Today we're doing a moon reading, my favorite reading to do. We have a full moon, I think technically tomorrow, on the 18th, or I don't know, I guess it depends where you live, what time it's gonna like be coming out, whatever. Be it its peak or whatever they call it. But anyway, so we're gonna just dive in and I kind of am leaving it open-ended. Also, my nail fell off, so I had to glue some random nail on my pinky. Anyway, forget it. I need to go get my nails done. But I also shuffled a song for this reading, and it was No 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 by Destiny's Child. And it's so interesting to me because it's like, I don't know if you know that song, probably, but it's like, first you're saying a no, 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 then you're saying yeah, 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 yeah. Why you fronting when you know you really want it? So I feel like, and especially because it's a new moon in Gemini, that it's like you could be like trying to make a decision about something, especially a relationship, just because like with Gemini, I think of the Lovers card. So there could be some like love decision you have to make. Should I stay or should I go? Should I like ask this person out? Like, should I, whatever, like there's some sort of like love decision, like should I mix it up? Wait, I feel like this isn't centered. Oh, sorry. Can we do that? Okay, sorry about that. All right, so let's just get the main energies coming in. What energy is coming through strongest with this Gemini new moon for the collective watching? I keep cutting to that. Okay, but let's see what actually comes out. I'm gonna do one more. Maybe like a mind versus like heart kind of a thing, because I just saw Mercury. So, but we'll see. Okay, what's the name? Oh, fire element, desire. I love it. Yeah. Okay, so it's like, why are you fronting when you know you really want it? Like, why are you fronting when like it's like something that you want, that you feel like a true desire for? Like, this is like the whole fire element too. Oh, and this is like a number 10, number 37. It reduces to a 10, and then we have this 11 on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like I'm not gonna keep this out, I'm just gonna put it here for a second, but I almost feel like really getting in touch and like honing in on your true desires, and like even just like admitting it to yourself, like I feel like is gonna like kind of cause a lot of change in your life or something like that. But let's see what else we can get. But I also feel like, because like I do readings all the time for like my sister and my niece or whatever, and it's funny, like both of their readings there was like this theme of like making a decision, and but in two different ways. It was like the same energy though. So I feel like something about this moon is like stirring up, like where you finally sort of like make a choice, like to follow your passions or something like that, and sort of like go for something, or even end something, or even both. Because with Pluto, it's not endings and beginnings. Well, kind of, because Pluto rules Scorpio, and I know like the Scorpio card in this deck, I believe, or it might be the 8th house. It's like endings and beginnings. So it's like you might be like really finally making like a final decision of like, you know, I desire to be free of this relationship, or I desire to be in a relationship, or I desire whatever. But especially like I was saying, I think it's something about like love or something like that, or like just if you're attracted to somebody, like it's something about like something that you want, like you really feel like a fire. So of course I'm thinking of like love and stuff like that, but it doesn't have to be. All right, what do we want to get for the backup energies here? Let's get this. Oh, why is that flipped? What did I just do? All right. Wait, let me just make sure they're all the right way. Ah. All right. Okay. What energies are coming through this full moon? No, I'm sorry, new moon. So also, remember how I kept seeing the water element and now here's the fire element? I feel like you could have been like in your feels about something for a while, but like not acting on it. And like the fire element brings like that action energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like even if you had feelings, you're really keeping them to yourself and thinking of like stagnant water, and then like the fire comes in where it's like, you know what, like I gotta act on this. Like, I'm not happy, or I am happy, or whatever it is. Okay, wait. So what other energies are coming through with this Gemini new moon for the collective watching this reading? The North Node destined to have. Yeah, it's like, and look, Pluto again, transform. That's crazy. Pluto transformation, Pluto transform. That's kind of crazy. But like the North Node destined, well, let's get the other one. But like, yeah, the North Node, it's like, the North Node, like if you know anything about astrology, I'll say this, like if you don't, and honestly, I'm not like an astrology expert by any means. I just have like a very general understanding of certain things. But I know like your South Node and your North Node, that's like, you're supposed to move from like for instance, my South Node is Libra and my North Node is Aries. It's like moving from like caring so much about other people to almost like caring about yourself, almost like being a people pleaser to being more assertive. And I'm kind of like with this fire element getting like just having the courage to sort of like really truly follow what you're actually like passionate about and what you actually want, like what you want to have for yourself. What else? Okay, that's 2. We can't take that. Like house 8, I was nice talking about the 8th house, but yeah, I feel like there's a lot of like 8th house stuff going on here. What are the energies coming through for this Gemini new moon for the collective watching? Okay, Mercury, and that's like Gemini energy as well. Think, learn, network, and communicate. Okay, and then on the back of the deck we have house 4. Yeah, I feel like this is about like kind of like getting out of your like safety net. I almost want to switch these because I feel like this is something, no, I'll leave it the way it was, I'm sorry. But anyway, like think, learn, network, and communicate. I feel like again, it's like that decision energy with Mercury. It's like, I feel like you have been going over this in your mind, and even like your feelings have been involved and things like that as well. But I think something's gonna like spark you to like really like, even if it's just like an epiphany you have or something like that, but it's like something's really gonna, and it's almost like something that you want. There's like some obstacle, like with this dragon here. I'm almost seeing this like, sorry. I'm almost seeing this like, okay, here's the path, but then I have to, not only do I have to like climb this mountain, but then there's this like dragon here that like might be upset. Like, I don't know what that's about. Like maybe, I don't know, like the person you want to date has a very like overprotective parent. Maybe they have like a jealous ex that you know. Maybe they have, I don't know, maybe they just live far away and like the obstacle is that, but I almost feel like it's a person somehow. Maybe they're in a relationship and they want to like get out of it, and they know it's gonna like raise hell, but it's like at this point like they don't care. And again, we have this transformation energy with this butterfly here, and I feel like something has changed your mind. That's what I'm getting from this, like something, some sort of spark, even if it's just your own desire for whatever reason. Maybe you haven't seen like the person that like this is referring to in a while, and then you just kind of like see them, and like all that fire comes back and you're like, no, you know what, like this is what I want, like I can't like deny it anymore. And it's like burning. Like I have to have this. It's like a very passionate energy here coming through. Interesting. But I'm not surprised, again, because Mercury, and it's like the lovers, and it's like, so that's kind of like, yeah, not surprising. All right, what do we want to get next? I don't know, we'll get these. What sort of like, I guess emotions. This is like an emotional deck kind of. What sort of lessons are we going to be learning? What sort of, like, what energies are going to be like kind of coming through for us to like work on here during the course of this Gemini moon for the collective watching? Imagination. It says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. And then this says friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. So maybe this is somebody that you're like friends with or whatever, like, you know, somehow, like in like a more social, like this isn't someone you've already dated, maybe like, this is someone you've just maybe been friends with. I just thought envy. So maybe like, oh, maybe like they, like I was saying, like a jealous ex, maybe like they had a boyfriend for a while or a girlfriend, and now they're single, and you kind of want to like swoop in, but you're like, you think this person might be mad or something like that, or like you're like, oh, they just broke up, maybe it's too soon, like something like that. What else? What else for this moon, this Gemini moon? Adversity. Yeah, I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. So with that adversity energy, I'm like getting, again, that obstacle right there. Okay. With like that dragon or whatever, there's like some sort of dragon to slay. I kind of want to get more on that, but I guess we'll clarify with tarot and stuff. So let's like leave it there as far as like these oracle cards. But imagination and adversity, I feel like this is something that you've like left as a fantasy because it's just like the challenge was too much to overcome or something like that. But it's like, I feel like there's some sort of spark in you that's really gonna like lead you to make some sort of decision, or just like decide within yourself, like I was saying. And you may even extend some sort of communication, or you, like I was saying, you might end up seeing them or something, and just like you will communicate and it'll just feel right to you, and maybe this challenge will just seem like less significant than you originally thought, or something like that. All right, let's get some tarot and just see like what can we expect, like what can we expect to play out during the course of this moon, this Gemini new moon. All right. What can the collective watching expect from this Gemini new moon? We have, the King of Cups, the Six of Wands, the Eight of Swords, yes, like, oh my God, I love this. All right, the Page of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Okay, like, I love this deck. I'm obsessed with it. It's like the Zodiac Tarot, if you don't know. It's like my favorite deck of all time. Sorry, good tarot, you've been replaced. We have the Eight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Again, it's like, I like this Eight of Cups because it's like, usually on the Eight of Cups, like, the moon is kind of like, has like a salty expression on its face as it's watching this person like walk away, almost like you're avoiding me, but it's like you're finally like not avoiding it. You're like, okay, like this is what I have now, like I have to face the reality of if I'm happy with the way my life is, whether it's another relationship, whether it's just you being single, whether it's you just like living a sort of like bachelorette kind of lifestyle, whether it is another relationship that you're just like not really happy in for whatever reason. It's like you're finally like acknowledging the truth of your own emotions or something like that. And with the King of Cups, again, that's like sort of like a similar vibe. You're in an energy of, it's interesting because it's like, there's like this red energy coming down. And again, I feel like it's like that more fiery energy. It's like, whereas like your emotion sort of like desire is like the main emotion coming through, and it's like making you want to like move forward and like slay this dragon. Like this is a card of victory and success. And it's like, you know what, I'm moving forward. And maybe like in the past, it was like this decision had been made, but almost like, in a weaker way, or like the motivation was sort of like the desire wasn't as strong because you were like maybe blocking it off. Because like with the King of Cups, it's like you almost have to keep things stuff down or something for some sort of a reason. Again, like if this person was in a relationship, like that scenario we were like talking about, and it's like but now, and then it's like almost like you had made another decision to sort of like keep yourself like, okay, I can't move towards this for whatever reason. Maybe it seemed too complicated or something like that, but something is going to happen where it's like your curiosity is like reignited, like your desire, like I was saying, is reignited. Like the Page of Wands, it's like that spark energy, and it's the energy of a message, and it's coming out right under this Mercury energy. So again, like maybe this person will send you a message, maybe you'll just hear something about them, maybe you'll, like I said, see them out, like something I feel like is going to happen where you're just going to like be like, you know what, I can't deny it. Like I have to walk towards this and just see, like, you know, with the Ten of Cups, it's not a guarantee, oh, like this is like the love of your life forever and you're gonna live happily ever after necessarily, but I feel like you're gonna want to find out, like you're not going to be able to resist like the curiosity and like the excitement and like that desire energy. And again, I don't really feel like it's necessarily sexual, because it's like this Page of Wands is walking towards like the Ten of Cups. So but it's like a desire in your heart. Like, yeah, I think you are interested in like the sexual aspect, you know, if that's the case here, but if it's a relationship, but that's not all that's like driving you here. It's like, maybe that's what kind of got you going. Because I feel like, what's that book? It's like a manifesting book. I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, I'm not gonna remember it, but How to Get Rich, something Napoleon Hill, something like that, like Think and Grow Rich. Oh my God, I did remember it. But where he says that like sex is the single most like a motivating factor, like for humans or whatever, like that sexual energy is like really what like drives people, and like, whoop, we got that going on here, like for sure. So yeah, I feel like I'm trying to see what else. I feel like this is going to be like, because we have a 6, an 8, a 10. They're all like even numbers. And I feel like I'm just like, what I'm getting from that is just like a sureness. I don't know why, but I just am like almost like we're maybe like one extreme to the other, but or just like it's not like you're still going to be waffling. It's going to be like you had decided no, and you're going to like change your mind for some reason, or you decided yes on a relationship and you're going to change your mind no, because you realize you just like want to get out of it. Like, oh, I'm not happy here, I feel trapped, I'm going to walk towards something that makes me happier. Like, you know what I mean? It could be in any of those contexts. But let's see, what else are we going to get? What else can we expect to come through? Like, how can you see this energy like sort of play out for yourself? This new moon in Gemini. How is this energy going to play out for the collective watching? Oh, we have attachment. I don't want to get 3. Financial constraints. Maybe that was one of like the obstacles in the way here. Wait, I just said I didn't want to get 3. And I got the Goddess of the Moon. We'll put that on the bottom of the deck. Okay. I'm going to get 2 more from this. Moonology. How are you going to see this play out? Oh, we have adjustments are required. 3rd quarter moon. Look, we have step out of your comfort zone. Yeah, I feel like that was a big thing. That was 2 cards, though. I just want to get 1. How is the collective going to see this energy play out? Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. Okay, you're very close to achieving your goal, but there are some adjustments that are required. Maybe like your finances are a factor, like I was saying somehow, where like you don't have the freedom to sort of like go after what you want for some sort of like financial reason. Maybe like, again, if you were in another relationship, you're like sharing an apartment together, and I don't know, like you can't afford to like live on your own yet, so you haven't been able to leave, but you've made the decision now, and like you're gonna sort of start maybe planning it out, and maybe like some sort of lucky thing will happen to sort of make things like a lot smoother than you think. I feel like you have been chained to something, whether it's a person, whether it's like the roommate scenario I was talking about, like whether it's like a partner or like some sort of living situation I'm getting, or if it's just your own fears, your own inability to like be authentic with yourself. Like there's something that's been like holding you back, another relationship, like I was saying, and it's like you're finally, where's the 8 of Cups? I saw it. Oh, on the bottom of the deck here. It's like you're finally like facing the reality of this and like how stuck you are. This also looks like that dragon thing, like where it's like the stream in the mountain, and it's like this person is usually walking that way in the 8 of Cups. So I feel like it's like you have this like sort of like talk with yourself and like really get real about your emotions. The Chariot, yeah, and you start going, like for sure, like you're like, okay, you know what, like I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna like climb this mountain. But yeah, there are some adjustments required, like according to this. So let's see what else we can get. What else can we expect? And then I'm gonna get advice. Let's make this be the advice. And then I'm gonna get my own advice cards. What advice for the collective watching? Oh, I didn't cut the deck. Sorry, I'm just gonna do a quickie. All right, what is the advice here? Oh. All right, we have the path and action. And again, it's like once you see, and again, the path, like that dragon to slay, whatever, it's like this is coming up over the adjustments are required. So I feel like, yeah, it's like you see the path here, but it's like, again, it's like high up, like there's mountains around, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, I can't like really climb up this ladder quite yet. Like, but it's almost like with this action, I feel like, I almost feel like it's like, just kind of like focus on the thing, whatever's like holding you back or whatever obstacle you feel is in the way, however you can manage that. And I feel like spirit will sort of like bring forth like an opportunity. Spirit will bring forth, some sort of like circumstance, like maybe like, I don't want to say a miracle, but like some sort of like serendipitous something where it's like, you'll know it's time to take action. So just like chill until then. And like, I guess have faith or believe whatever, like whatever you're trying to like manifest here. Like, wait, what else do we want to get here? Oh, I'll get some affirmations and then we'll get advice. So just because like a lot of times like with the new moon, that's like a good time to like set your intentions and stuff like that. So what intentions would be most applicable here for this new moon in Gemini? That's too many. Ooh. Which one for the collective? Oops. My energy is my greatest currency. Okay, yeah. So like especially that's coming out right here on this financial stuff. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like whatever you're worrying about isn't as big of a deal as you think for whatever reason. That one's sticking out to me. I'm allowed to say no. And you're also allowed to like not stay in situations that you're not happy in. If you're, you know, life is short. You got to do what you got to do here. As long as you're, that's too many. As long as you're like being respectable and not, you know, just like effing someone over. For instance, if you're on a lease with them and you just like kind of cut out and leave them with the rent, like don't do that. Like I wouldn't really, you know, do some like kind of like underhanded things like that. Wait, let's see, one more. But I allow myself to receive. Yeah, I feel like you like were sort of like self-sacrificing in a way, like staying in a situation that, or like not going after something that you wanted because you're like, oh, like you feel like a bad person or something for whatever reason. There's some sort of complicated scenario here. And I feel like this is about you sort of like owning, like I'm allowed to like decide what I want for my life and go for it if I want to. And especially like that scenario about like, oh, if they had a boyfriend or like a girlfriend or something like that, they were in a relationship and the person kind of like, they were, you knew that you could see they weren't a good match, or like, you know that they weren't a good match because like you've heard how this person was treated by this dragon person, like, or whatever, like, you know what I mean? And you're just kind of like, you didn't even appreciate that person. Like, why am I like, I don't know, like something like that. Like, why am I like trying to like respect your relationship when you didn't respect your relationship when you were in it, or something like that? It's like, I have more respect for your relationship than you did. So like, who cares? Like, you know, it's like sort of like a moment of epiphany where you're going to be like, or if it's the other way around where it's like, you're the one in the relationship and you want to get out of it in search of just like this idea of the 10 of Cups, even if there isn't a specific person necessarily. And you're just like, I don't owe this person anything. Like, I mean, we tried, it didn't work out, and I'm allowed to like say no and move on and follow like my true passion. I want like real passion in my life. I want like that real fire and desire like in my life. Oh, that's a song. Maybe that song will resonate or whatever, but by Drake. But anyway, yeah, like it's almost like, this is my life. Like there's like sort of like a powerful feeling of like, I allow, like you're allowing yourself to do what you want to do, where I feel like you were almost like holding yourself back here with the 8 of Swords for a while, and you're just like, no, like this is enough. Like, this is my life. I'm like the master of it. Like, I'm gonna go for what I want. Like, I don't care. Like, you know, but like, I don't feel like you're in like an effed up energy where you're just like gonna like leave someone in the lurch, like I was talking about with that whole roommate situation, because I feel like you have been holding yourself back out of like respect or something like that. And it's not that you just don't respect people anymore, but like I was saying, like, why should you respect someone who's not even respecting the relationship that they were in the first place? Like, who cares? And I feel like, you know, if you were an effed up person, you wouldn't care in the first place. So it's like, you're not effed up. Sorry, I'm trying not to curse on YouTube. All right, let's get some advice for you guys. And we are going to close out this reading. What is the advice for the collective watching this reading. Ah, I fell on the floor. Hold on. Don't waste time with faux hustle. Do things that will actually move you forward, i.e. the shit you're scared to do. Yeah, like, just imagining and dreaming, and like if this energy I feel like you were in like before, like where you were kind of caught in this holding pattern, like spirit saying like it's time to, like, you know what I mean? Maybe it's not time right at this moment, but it's time to like decide what you want and start making moves to go after it, whatever that means to you, you know? Let's just get one at a time. Hold on. What is the advice? Oh! This says tell yourself who you are. Again, I'm getting, like, especially this in capitals and this, like, I allow myself. It's like, look, I'm be a savage self-lover, and anyone that don't like it can F off. So it's like, again, like, you're like giving yourself permission to just like be who you are, follow your true desires. Like you realize like you don't need anyone's permission. That's what you're realizing. Like something like that. Oh, all right. Forgive yourself. It's hard to see things clearly when emotions are involved. Okay, so maybe like, again, if you've been in a situation that you're not happy in or something like that, like maybe you feel guilty or something like that, and maybe you made like some promises or something. Sorry, that's too many. Made some promises to people that you feel like you have to break, and you like feel bad or something like that. And then look, you're a creator. Create your mood, create your day, create some love in the world. And then look, no one is responsible for your life except for you. What else? So yeah, it's like you are getting into a more powerful energy where you're realizing like once you make it the decision, which I feel like is like the main message here, like decision to follow your passion or whatever it is, like that's like the hardest part. After that, it's like you could start like taking little steps and making moves or something like that. Maybe like sending a message to somebody, like, is what I'm kind of getting. Oh, it's too many. Just one at a time. What is the advice for the collective? Oh, all this pink. Don't take failure so personally. See what you can learn from it. So maybe, what was I gonna say? Like, maybe like at this point that you kept yourself blocked off and you feel like, you know, you should have done more, like you should have, I don't know. I feel like Spirit saying like, don't forget the lessons you learned in this time where you were kind of, whatchamacallit, I don't know, maybe stuck or stagnant or something like that. Or if there is another relationship involved that like sort of failed, like remember like all the things you learned from it, and maybe like, because sometimes you have to see what you don't want in order to see what you do want or something like that. So I feel like don't beat yourself up if you kind of like were stuck in a situation that you really weren't happy in. Yeah, there's this whole thing about forgiving yourself. Don't take failure personally. And then look, don't hide your light to protect someone else's ego. I feel like there's like multiple people involved or something like that, where it's like you feel like you're gonna, like that whole thing with like if there's another relationship, like, and it might be a different scenario than that specifically, but I can't really think of one right now. But it's like you can't like, and don't hide your light to protect someone else's ego, where it's like maybe you feel like this person would be mad, but they would just be like possessively mad, like it wouldn't be real. And like for you it's like something light and genuine, and like you're genuinely desiring it with your heart, and you're just kind of like, it's, I think Spirit's saying like, if you feel something real with somebody and someone's ego's in the way, like who cares? Like, kind of like, I feel like that's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting. Like, don't hide your light to protect someone else's ego. Like, don't be afraid to like move on to something that you really want, because someone might get mad. But like they, especially if you're the one leaving another relationship and like they haven't treated you right, they haven't been good to you, like, then you know what? Like, let your ego suffer, like let your pride suffer. Like, you know, I'm like in search of my own happiness here. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Oh, power is always in flux. The wheel is always turning. There's definitely like a heavy energy of like change and the wheel turning and things falling into place and people getting moved around and things like that. So take advantage of this opportunity. Go for what you really want. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Like, I feel like we're not there yet where like this is actually going to happen, but like we're getting there. You're very close to achieving your goal. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next reading. Okay, bye.